Hello, everyone. I guess you see by my breath, it ain't cigarette smoke, it's cold. And we went from snow and ice to a cold rain, and supposedly ice back after a while about by dark. So, not looking forward to that. Then they're giving it a few days of real cold weather. One night there, I think 0 for here anyway. They're calling 5, but where I'm at, when they say 5, it ends up below 0 where I'm at. But it is what it is. You know, I'll tell you something, people. We're in danger of losing our republic. With what's going on in Minnesota, what's coming out, you know, that governor and mayor and these crooked politicians in Minnesota are using these protests. Actually, they're sending them out, sort of, you know, to take away from their corruption. And all of these blue states, all these sanctuary cities, they've consolidated these illegals into voting blocks and changing states. You know, I'm sure it happened here in Virginia. When with the legislature they're trying to come out with all these crazy laws, it's unconstitutional. I hear one guy say there's going to be a constitutional crisis here in Virginia. You know, I've seen more Republican politicians, delegates, and senators and whatever come out and been on social media the last few days. Where was you at before the election? You know, to be honest, we had a bad candidate in Winston Earl Shears here in Virginia. She didn't want President Trump's help. She didn't want him campaigning. She thought she could do it on her own, and the Republican Party didn't put no money in, and we got walloped. A lot of it up there in Richmond, around 3 counties where I guess all the illegals was, and all them people that work in Washington, turned the red state blue. Big city and a few counties around it. The rest of the state is red. So who knows what's going to go on. But they're actively trying to destroy this country and turn it into a socialist country. If you can't see it, you know, like that guy yesterday got killed. Took a gun to a protest and got involved. Hands on federal officers, and he got what he asked for. You do stupid shit and you get stupid. You get the results you asked for. But I don't know if President Trump's going to get the handle on this. You know, you've got these federal judges that they don't go by the Constitution. They're making up laws. They're making their own law. And I think President Trump's going to have to do like Abraham Lincoln. He's going to have to disregard these judges' rulings and do what's best for this country and save this republic, and put these politicians in jail on both sides. The rhinos, these people that they've caught in these secret signal chats or whatever, helping organize these protests. I seen where an independent reporter had infiltrated some of these stuff in Minnesota. There's politicians, legislators, teachers, people that work for the DMV who are getting license plates numbers, and they're telling them if they're ICE agents or whatever. This is a war. We are at war, people. If you think we're not, you're crazy. And pretty soon, you're going to have to take a stand. War is coming. Get prepared. Prepare your family. Get extra food. Make sure you've got extra boomsticks and freedom seeds. Pray, prep, and prepare. It's coming. They just keep pushing. They got big money behind these organizations. Like the other day, they already had signs out in 20 minutes. Did they have a printing press? They can print them out in 5 minutes. on the call. Evidently they do. But that undercover guy has turned all this over to the DOJ, the federal government. There's thousands of names in that state, people. They got dispatches that they dispatch people just like they work 3 shifts. People coming on, going off, that they call them in where ICE is going to be. There's somebody in the government that feed them information. The legislature, the governor. They even said that they thought that some of the governor's staff was on that organization. And they talk like maybe even Tim Walz himself. That is sedition. President Trump's got to get a handle on that state. They're going to have to either declare the Insurrection Act or declare martial law on the whole country and send troops into these cities and get these illegals out and arrest these corrupt politicians and put them in prison because they are actively trying to overthrow our republic. If you can't see it, you're lost. If what's happened in the last 5 years with Biden flooding all these illegals in here to change our voting bloc, to turn this country into a third world shithole, they're backed by other countries, globalists, who wants a one world government, who wants to control the United States, the power we have. A lot of us backed by probably China, Russia, all of our enemies. George Soros. We're at war, people. You don't realize it. They're actually trying to take down our republic. And you've got stupid people like Tucker Carlson. You know, I used to like Tucker Carlson, but he is bought and paid for. Wouldn't listen to him now if he walked up to me and tried to pay me to listen. I wouldn't listen to him. But be prepared, people. Things are going to happen. They're pushing, and pretty soon the federal government's going to have to take a stand. You know, if I was, I would join ICE for free. I'm old, getting older, but you know what? I'd do it for free. I mean, I'd work inside where open the jail cell, shut the door, and let them guys go out by on the street. I'd do it for free. You know, and these people out protesting and are dying to try to protect an illegal alien who most of them are rapists, pedophiles, murderers. You can't make this stuff up in a movie. We're in a battle. It's good versus evil. We're going to have to take a stand, people. We're going to have to take a stand. And we're going to have to get these people, these communists and these far left-leaning corrupt politicians out. We're going to have to get rid of either by removing them from office and putting them in prison. You know, they're going to have to go. We're going to have to take a stand. I mean, that's my rant for the day. God bless each and every one of you. I hear the tractor chain sound, like my haze has finally sound like it's ground. I'll get out of this tractor and get in another one, and good Lord willing, I'll see you next time. And God bless each and every one of you. Remember, support President Trump, support America. We're in a battle, people. Don't think we ain't. It's a war to save this republic. God bless you.